Hello everyone, welcome back to the video tutorial series of the web development. I am our instructor Vashada. Now let's start our topic, our unit, that is PHP basics. From this we have discussed introduction about PHP in last lecture. Okay, now let's start with the remaining topic. So here topics to be covered in this lecture, that is first PHP practical, PHP variables, comments in PHP, and PHP case sensitivity. Okay, so these are the topic that we are going to cover in this lecture. So let's start with one by one. Now, basic PHP syntax. Okay, so whenever you are writing the PHP script, how we are able to write, as we have learned the JavaScript also. So whenever you are writing the JavaScript, you have to write a script tag, okay, in which you have to define the JavaScript. Okay, now when we are talking about the server-side scripting language, and if it is a PHP, then how we are able to write? Let's see. So here you can see the PHP script start with this angular sign, question mark, and PHP as a keyword. Okay, so this is what indication of the starting PHP script, and ends with the just question mark and this angular sign. Okay, so this greater than sign and this less than sign, question mark, and PHP is what a starting of the PHP script, and this question mark and greater than sign is what ending mark of the PHP script. So here you can see in this basic example, it is written here the PHP code goes here. That means this is starting and this is ending. In between, you can write the PHP code, PHP script. Now, the default file extension of PHP file is what? .php. So whenever you are writing the PHP file, you have to save it with .php extension. PHP file normally contains HTML tags also and some PHP scripting code. That means you can combine PHP and HTML also. Okay. Now, PHP syntax. So here PHP echo hello students. So whenever you want to something as output, we have to write echo. Print will also work. Okay, so echo is a standard statement, so through which we can display the output, whatever you want to print on the screen. So here I have written echo hello students. That means whenever you will execute this practical, it will show you the output like this. Here you can see in next figure that output is displayed hello students. Okay, so like this way you can write your first PHP basic practicals. Now here you can see we have combined HTML tags in PHP also. Okay, so here you have written that H1 my first PHP page, that is in first heading. Okay, and here this is what a PHP script. So whenever you are going to execute this practical, it will give you the output as a my first PHP page as a heading, and then it will display this hello students. Okay, so it will display this hello students. So my first PHP page and then hello students. Okay, so like this way you can combine this HTML also in PHP. Though we have this separate topic HTML in PHP, so that we will see in the next lecture. Now, next is PHP variables. Okay, so as we are writing the PHP script, we can write the variables like JavaScript also. Okay, so variable can have the short name like XY, मतलब any letters you can use as a variables, or you can write the more descriptive name, that is this is a for the first name, last name, address line 1, address 2, etc. Okay, so such type of name you can define. Now, which are the rules for defining the PHP variables? So here some of them that is written, a variable start with the dollar sign. So whenever you are creating the PHP variable, you should have to use first dollar sign. Okay, then you can start by writing the variable name, followed by the name of the variable. A variable name must with the letter or the underscore character. Okay, must start with the letter or underscore character. Okay, you can write the starting in letter or underscore character. Variable name cannot start with a number. So here, if you are writing one where, then it is wrong. But if you write where one, then it is right, because you cannot start the variable name with digit. Variable name can only contain alphanumeric characters and underscores. Remaining all the characters you cannot use. That means any special character you cannot use. Variable names are case sensitive. For example, $age and $age are two different variables, as in C, where two different case sensitivity is there. Now here you can see, unlike the other programming language, PHP has no command for the declaring the variable. That means in C we are declaring the variable. If we are declaring as an integer, then integer A, integer B, etc. Here we don't have to specify any data types for the PHP variable. Like in JavaScript, as we are declaring the variable, it will consider its type automatically. Okay. So it is created that moment you first assign a value to it. So here you can see this is a string variable. Str is equal to hello student. So data type of this variable will be string. It will assign automatically. Here it is an integer and here it is a double. Okay. So like this way you can create the variable. You have to write the dollar sign in front of the variable, or you have to write it as a prefix. Then you have to write your variable name. And then if you want to assign the value, you can use the equal to, that is assignment operator, and then you can assign the values, whether it is a string, whether it is an integer, or whether it is any double point. Okay, and here if you want to display the variable, what you have to write, echo $str. That means whatever the value is assigned over here, that will be displayed. So here you can see $str is equal to what? Hello students. So echo $str, it will print hello students. Same way, $a is equal to 55 and echo $a. So it will display 55. Okay, so here you can see 100.100, so it will display 100.1. It will then round off automatically if it is 0. But if you have written 1001 once, and it will display 100.1001. Got it? Now, which are the different types that is available in PHP? Okay, so PHP has a total of 8 data types which we use to construct our variable. Okay, so first is integer, that you can declare the integer variable without a decimal point. Then doubles, that are floating point numbers, like we have seen in the last slide also. Then boolean have only two possible value, as you know, that is false and true. Then then null. So null is a specified type that only has a one value, that is null value. Then string. String are the sequence of the characters, like PHP supports string operations. Okay, then array. Array are the named and index collection of other values, as you all of you are aware about the array. Okay, you have learned in C, C++, Java, etc. So if you want to define the array of the similar data type, then also you can define. Then objects. Objects are what? Objects are the instance of the programmer defined classes. So whenever you are using the class concept, so at that time, we can access the concept as an object. You can create the object of the class, and then you can access the methods of the class. Then next, resources. Resources are the special variables that hold references to the resources external to PHP. That means whenever you are doing the database connectivity, at that time it will require these resources. Okay. Now comments in PHP. How you are able to define the comments in PHP? Okay, so comments in PHP code is a line that is not executed as a part of the program. It is only the purpose is to be read by someone who is looking at the code. So comments means whenever you just want to define that statement in your program, so at that time you can write it in comments. For example, you have defined any program, for example, arithmetic operations, but you have to write the note for the arithmetic operations. Then you can write that note in a comment also. So whenever any other person will see, so that will help them. So this program is for what purpose? Okay. So comments, how let's other understands your code. Why comments is used? So let others understand your code. Then remind yourself of what you did. Okay. So these are the reasons why we use the comments. And here you can see double slash. This is a single line comment. And hash, this is also a single line comment. So for single line comment, you can use the double slash and hash. Then for multi-line comment, you can use the slash star and star slash. Okay. So like this way, we can apply the command in PHP. Now next is PHP case sensitivity. Okay, so in PHP keywords, for example, if, else, while, echo, etc., classes, functions, and user-defined functions are not case sensitive. That means here you can see in this example, these all are valid. Why? Because they are not case sensitive. If you will write capital ECHO, then also it will print the statement. If you will write ECHO, then also it will print the sentence hello world. And if you will write capital E, small c, capital H, and small o, echo, then also it will print the hello world. That means this is not case sensitive, but variable is a case sensitive. Okay, so here if you will write if in a capital, then also it will work as a condition. Now let's start with our PHP basic practicals. But whenever you are starting the PHP practical, you should have a server installed in your PC so that you can execute the PHP practicals. Here we are using the WAMP server. Okay, so first of all, you have to install the WAMP server. Then only you are able to execute the PHP practicals. Why? Because PHP is a server-side scripting language, server should be there to execute the PHP practicals. Here you can see, suppose I am writing here, sorry, WAMP. So here you can see WAMP server 64-bit. Okay, here my PC is 64-bit, processor is 64-bit. That's why I have installed WAMP server 64-bit. Okay, so you have to install this first in your PC, then only you are able to execute the PHP practicals. Okay, I have already installed it. Now how to write a PHP practical? Here I have created one file and I have saved it as a test.php. Okay, so suppose I am writing the syntax of the PHP is what? PHP. Okay, less than sign, question mark, and PHP. Then you have to write echo. In double quotes, suppose I am writing hello students. Done. Now at the end mark, what you have to write? You have to write question mark and this greater than sign. Okay, and just save it and let's now execute this practical. So to execute this practical, you first have to start your WAMP server. Whenever you will start a WAMP server, on the right hand side of your corner, it will be in a green symbol. Okay, so green WAMP symbol will be there. then it is the meaning of it that the WAMP server is started. Okay, now let's execute. Sorry, I have used the same thing. Just and and here you have to write X. Okay, save it, and you have to do refresh. You cannot execute directly from here. Okay, so here you can see the output, hello rxyz, that is already written. Then we have declared one variable, that is my string, then 55, and then floating point variable. Now I want a new line character. So here you can use the HTML statement, that is echo br. Okay, so you will get the same thing in the new line. Save it and do the refresh. Save it and again refresh it. Okay, so you will get the output in a new line. So like this way you can use the HTML tag in PHP also. So you will get the output. This is a string variable, this is an integer variable, and this is floating point variable. So summary of this lecture, we have learned about the first PHP practical, first basic PHP practicals. Then we have learned about the PHP variables, how we can define the variables and what are the rules, which are the rules for it. You can just use the alphanumeric characters and underscore for defining the variables. Remaining any extra symbol, any special characters you cannot use for defining the variables. Then we will learn about the commands and PHP. You can define the commands in three ways. You can use hash for a single line and double slash for a single line, and you can use the star slash and stars slash star and star slash for the multi-line command. And next we have seen the PHP case sensitivity. That means variables are case sensitive, but the keywords, that is echo, if, etc., are not case sensitive. Okay, in next lecture, we will learn about the PHP and HTML and decisions and looping. So we will meet in the next lecture. Thank you for watching. We will meet in the next lecture. Thank you.